Ferrari's home weekend at Monza has left a lot of fans, maybe you included, feeling uneasy, and honestly, that's where we should start. The SF25 showed flashes of speed, but also clear signs of instability and thermal trouble that forced lift and coast driving and cost the team pace when it mattered most. So this isn't just a one-off bad day, it's a pattern that's cropped up a few times this season, and it's made some people ask aloud whether Ferrari's technical direction is firing on all cylinders. Right now, the worry isn't only about lap times, it's about timing. Ferrari is in the middle of a new power unit cycle, and any messy development window or internal shakeup at this stage changes the risk profile for the next 2 years. On top of that, we're seeing a fresh swirl of rumors that top technical staff could be leaving Maranello, stories driven by a mix of local reporting and social posts. And because that matters, I'll be careful and call them rumors for now. But the idea of key engineers walking away while a new engine project is still being matured is exactly the kind of headline that makes Tifosi and competitors sit up. Vote in the poll right now. Do you trust Ferrari's current technical direction? Yes or no? And drop one word in the comments to describe how you feel about Ferrari right now. Keep it one word so we can see the mood at a glance. If you want us to keep tracking these staff move rumors as they develop, hit subscribe and click the bell. Your subscription really helps Fast News F1 get to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, so we can keep bringing timely updates. Now, if names are being mentioned, who are they, and why would their departure actually matter? The loudest name that keeps popping up is Wolf Zimmermann, who multiple outlets and paddock posts are claiming has been central to Ferrari's next-generation power unit work, and may step away from Maranello once the current development phase wraps up. That's a big deal precisely because Zimmermann has been linked to Ferrari's internal engine work for years, and was reportedly in a senior role on the PU program. Put simply, if the engineer who's been steering the internal combustion and hybrid packaging leaves mid-cycle, you lose continuity, institutional knowledge, calibration settings, supplier relationships, all the small, hard-to-replace things that matter when you're redesigning the PU architecture. Background pieces that tracked Ferrari's restructuring show Zimmermann moved into a senior PU role in recent seasons, so the reporting on his influence isn't coming out of nowhere. At the same time, you've got the very visible fact that Mattia Binotto is fronting Audi's F1 push and that Audi has been recruiting aggressively, which naturally makes engineers think about new opportunities, bigger budgets, and fresh projects, especially when a manufacturer is building up to a factory program in a new regulatory era. Now, be blunt with yourself. Some of the signals are coming from social channels and smaller scoops, tweets, Reddit threads, and quick paddock posts that amplify initial tips. So we're looking at a real mix of formal outlets and grassroots chatter, which is why you'll see competing takes in the timeline. Treat the rumors as credible enough to watch, but not confirmed yet. If Ferrari does lose one of these senior PU figures, what should they do first? Hire an experienced outsider straight away, or promote from inside to preserve continuity? Vote in the comments with outside or inside, and tell me why in a couple of lines. I'll read through your arguments, and if you want us tracking every LinkedIn move and press update on this, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Your subscription really helps Fast News F1 hit our 1,000 subscriber goal, so we can keep following these stories closely. Now let's look at the bigger picture. Why losing someone like Zimmermann, or any senior figure in the power unit group, could be a turning point for Ferrari? Because this isn't just about a name on a door, it's about what that person represents in terms of Ferrari's technical DNA. Ferrari has historically been a team where stability in leadership translates to stability in car philosophy. And whenever there's been disruption, think organizational swings in the past decade or so, performance tends to dip for an entire cycle, so the Tifosi have every reason to be cautious right now. If Zimmermann or another senior technical leader moves, The risk is Ferrari has to adapt its 2026 project under someone new, which usually means delays, new interpretations of the regulations, and possibly different priorities when it comes to fuel efficiency versus deployment strategy. Every other manufacturer, Mercedes, Honda-aligned programs, Audi, and Red Bull powertrains, is already deep into their 2026 PU work. So if Ferrari has to spend 6 months or a year catching a new leader up, that's a huge disadvantage in what will be the most competitive reset since hybrid engines began. For context, insiders point to earlier eras where early leadership in hybrid development gave teams long-term edges. That kind of continuity matters. So ask yourself, can Ferrari afford to take that risk, or is it better to throw everything at retaining that group? Drop your take in the comments with risk or retain and explain your reasoning. Meanwhile, don't forget Audi's effect on this whole story. Binotto's move to Audi changed the paddock. Dynamic overnight because a former Ferrari technical leader running a manufacturer program funnels credibility and, crucially, a recruitment network that matters when you're trying to stand up a factory team. Audi has reportedly hired hundreds of technicians and is building infrastructure around a long-term factory project, which makes it an attractive destination for experienced engineers who want stability and resources. That's the kind of pull that turns occasional rumors into real staff movement. People watch who's offering a clearer path to bigger budgets and longer runway. Now let's translate personnel chatter into on-track consequences, so we're not sounding like doom merchants for no reason. Losing continuity on the power unit can mean slower development updates, degraded calibration for race trim and qualifying, and even supplier friction if relationships with vendors change. All of those are technical and operational hits that add up in lap time. And when the regulation book is rewritten, marginal gains become fundamental advantages, not just small improvements. If Mercedes or Audi nails energy recovery efficiency while Ferrari is reorganizing, that's not a tenth here or there, it's a structural advantage that can last seasons. There's also the human side. Morale and public perception matter too. When rumors swirl about internal discord, it creates distractions for engineers and drivers alike and opens up negative PR cycles that the team must manage while still trying to extract performance on Sunday. Some fans and journalists have suggested internal friction over high-profile signings or cultural fit could be part of the backdrop here. Again, treat those as unconfirmed but plausible dynamics. Practically, Ferrari could respond in a few ways. Aggressively counter-recruit with big money offers to retain staff, promote from within to preserve institutional knowledge, or reorganize the technical leadership entirely to create a clearer chain of command. Each choice has trade-offs. Counter-recruiting is expensive. Promoting from within preserves knowledge, but risks not bringing fresh perspectives. And reorganization can create short-term chaos while aiming for long-term clarity. Which route would you choose? Type counter for aggressive retention, promote for internal continuity, or reorg if you think Ferrari needs a new structure. I'll summarize community sentiment in a follow-up video if there's enough interest. Remember, too, that teams have recovered from similar periods of uncertainty. A strong reset plan and clear buy-in from ownership can turn a fragile moment into a competitive relaunch. So keep an open mind about the upside scenario. Ferrari could hold steady, double down on strategy and development, and come out swinging in the new cycle. But that's the optimistic path, and it requires leadership, money, and patience. So what should you be watching over the next few weeks to differentiate real signals from noise? First, look for formal confirmations, LinkedIn updates from the engineers involved, official team press releases, and reputable motorsport outlets publishing follow-ups. Those are the indicators that move a story from rumor to confirmed. Second, watch for technical director interviews and supplier statements. If a vendor suddenly shifts language about partnership continuity, that's a credible red flag. Third, read the tone of Ferrari's own communications. Is leadership tight and unified in public messages, or do answers feel defensive and fragmented? Those cues tell you whether the team is managing change or being pushed into it. If you want a quick checklist, LinkedIn moves, reputable outlet confirmations, supplier language, and leadership messaging, track those, and you'll know whether to treat this as breaking change or paddock noise. Before I sign off, one last community pulse check. If you had to put money on it today, would you bet on Ferrari coming into 2026 as a title contender or sliding back into midfield struggles? Type contender or midfield in the comments. Keep it short so we can tally sentiment, and explain your reasoning if you've got one strong point. If you've stuck with me through this whole breakdown, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Your subscription is really important and will help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep covering stories like this with the detail they deserve. I'll be watching the timelines closely and posting updates as confirmed news arrives. If you want me to track every LinkedIn and press move on this story, say track it in the comments and I'll prioritize a follow-up. Thanks for watching, keep the takes coming, and I'll see you in the next update.